Since the Turkish Republic was declared in 1923, the state has been in an ever-escalating war with the Kurdish people. This culminated in the armed conflict with the Kurdish Liberation Movement, and under President Erdogan, this war has become a central part of the regime's wider persecution of the left and trade union movement. Erdogan's government has given covert support to jihadists in the Syrian civil war, including ISIS. This support became overt when the Turkish military invaded the Kurdish canton of Afrin in 2018. This took Erdogan and Turkey's war against the Kurds outside of the Republic. However, there have been some breakthroughs for progressive forces inside of Turkey. In June 2018, Erdogan declared a snap general election in an attempt to concentrate his power and destroy any remaining opposition. The People's Democratic Party, or HDP, the political platform for the Kurdish movement and wider left in Turkey, fielded candidates across the country. Despite the imprisonment of its leading figures, violent intimidation of its activists, and blatant vote rigging by the regime, the HDP managed to cross the 10% threshold that would allow them to take seats in the Turkish parliament. This builds on the historic breakthroughs of 2015 and ensures that the HDP remains the most vocal opponent of the regime in parliament. The Turkish government is engaged in a war of annihilation against the Kurdish opposition. Since 2015, towns like Cizre, Sur and Sırnak in the southeast of the country have been placed under military curfew, and civilian buildings have been shelled using heavy artillery, killing hundreds of people. Kurdish politicians, MPs and mayors have been arrested under terrorism charges simply for speaking out against the violence of the regime and calling for peace. Women and trade union activists have been terrorised simply for defending basic human rights. Thousands of workers have been dismissed without recourse to appeal, as well as the systematic destruction of Kurdish towns and cities throughout the region. Turkey is now extending its policy of ethnic cleansing to history, culture, and the environment. In occupied Afrin, Turkish armed forces and their jihadist proxies are destroying Kurdish agriculture, culture, and archaeology in their efforts to systematically wipe the Kurds from the past, from the present, and from the future. The Turkish military repeatedly targets the cultural treasures of Kurdistan. Turkish regime bombs have destroyed many historical sites of importance to the region and the world. For example, the 3,000-year-old Ishtar Temple in Ain Dara and the archaeological site of Brad, 15 kilometers south of Afrin City, a UNESCO World Heritage Site. The UNESCO World Heritage Site of Sur in Diyarbakir has been destroyed by targeted and systematic bombing by the Turkish regime since 2015. The site is of key historical importance and was a centre of the Persian, Roman, Sasanian, Byzantine and Islamic era empires, thanks to its geopolitical importance. In Hasankeyf, a 12,000-year-old site on the river Tigris, is being destroyed by the Turkish state to build a dam, which they claim will provide jobs and energy. However, it has, in fact, displaced local people rather than creating opportunity. Not only will the dam destroy the roots and history of the Kurds, it will also permanently damage the economy of the area, with tourism being severely hit. The Turkish state uses the water of the Euphrates and burning of the land as a weapon against the people of northern Syria. Burning forests and land has been a weapon of war used by the Turkish state against the Kurds since 1925. In the attacks on Afrin, the Turkish army and its proxy jihadists burned thousands of olive trees and deliberately started many wildfires, such as on Mount Hawa, in Genç, in Ahmad and in Sırnak. By cutting off the waters of the Euphrates River flowing into northern Syria, the Turkish state has caused wells that supply water for many villages to dry up. Farmers in the region are unable to irrigate their crops, and this in turn threatens food shortages for the entire population. The drop of water in dams also means that electricity is severely affected, and power outages have started to occur across the region. Severing water supply to civilians as a weapon of war is a war crime under any circumstances. In these circumstances, during a global pandemic, the like of which we haven't seen for a century, it is particularly heinous. This indiscriminate belligerence doesn't just threaten the Kurds and their allies, but everybody in the region. Thank you for watching this video. We hope you found this useful. There is lots more information about this topic and other topics that are relevant to our campaign on our website, which you can find at www.freedomforöcalan.org. You can also follow us on Twitter at öcalanfree. And there are many more videos like this one in a playlist on this channel. We also, if you want a more in-depth discussion about some of the topics and themes that we talk about, we also have a podcast that's available on all platforms. If you want to support our campaign, please go to our website, sign up for our newsletter, follow us on Twitter, and of course, if you're a member of a trade union branch or similar organisation, please do consider affiliating to our campaign and helping us spread the word about these and other vital issues. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.